Hey, what's up, guys? I was once given this opportunity to teach these kids. They're about third grade level, and I was supposed to teach them art. And I came into the classroom, and I had no plan at all. But what I ended up doing was teaching them something that I actually learned in college. And the thing is that these third grade level students, they actually did really well with this. So I mean, if you're an art teacher, you can probably try this with your kids and they'll probably do really well. So what I did, I started off with a lesson and just drawing simple lines. I taught them, kids normally, people normally just draw a line and their line is dark. It's thick, dark, and what that line is, I call that the 90%. And there's another, the 60% and the 30. The 60% is lighter. What I taught them how to do is usually you want to choke up or choke down on your pencil like this, hold it back here, and that helps you not put as much pressure on the tip. So when you draw the line, it's a lot lighter. Now this 30, same thing. Go all the way to the back. Draw my line. I don't know if you can see that, I'll zoom in. But yeah, I showed them that. You have a 90, 60, and 30. I'll do some shading. I didn't show them this part, but I'm gonna just do this just for the video, so you could see the difference between the 90, 60, and the 30 better. 60. And the 30. Okay, now after I made sure that they can show me the difference between the 90, 60, and 30s, I got them to draw a series of shapes. I believe it was 5. Let's see. The first shape I taught them how to draw was circles. And I told them to just use about, the 60 when they're drawing a circle, or draw it as light as possible. And I taught them just go around and around and around until you finally get what is, almost a circle. You don't want them drawing, with that 90 line. You want them at about the 60. If they're doing 30%, that's cool too. Got them to draw 5 of these, so I'm gonna draw 5 of these. Okay, 5. Let's see how those look. Yeah, last was kind of weird. And then I got them to draw, from the circles, I got them to draw ovals. I explained what an oval was. Some of them didn't know, and that's okay. So the oval, same technique, just around and around until you get it complete. Okay, let's do those. Now you'll notice these shapes aren't really perfect, they're just really quick shapes. And I'll explain why a little bit later. Okay, after that, I got them to draw squares. And the square is basically teaching them how to just draw lines. So, first line, then you have your second line, third line, and fourth line. And just like the circle, I taught them to start with the 30 or as light as they can. Start drawing as light as you can, and don't worry if the square isn't, perfectly square. And we drew 5 of these as well. And the only reason I showed them this square is because I wanted to show them a different shape, and I had to teach them this shape too. This shape is the trapezoid. And basically the trapezoid is just the square where 2 of the lines are slanted and one of the parallel lines is longer than the other. And so we drew 5 of those as well. And all you're really looking for them to do is make sure that they're not drawing their lines dark. You don't want them drawing with the 90. You want them to try and get light, because the thing is a lot of kids, when they're that young, when they're drawing pictures, they usually just draw with the darkest lines possible. And later on, you'll notice the kids that are better artists, they tend to start with these lighter lines, and when they start understanding that's when they develop into a much better artist. So let's see. Okay, I believe that's all the shapes that I needed to teach them. So after that, what I did, I showed them this. I'll put my paper, oh no. I'll put my paper vertical. And then what we drew was what my teacher would refer to as the robo figure. So head, neck, and the body, the waist there. Leg, knee, another leg, another leg, and the feet. Shoulder. So now you can see basically this is a human being, bipedal human being. Let's see if I did this correctly. See how the head is probably just as big as this bottle cap? So I'm gonna use this bottle cap to measure. Let me see if I did this correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, he's supposed to be 8 heads high. I did not teach them this, but that's just something extra. That's something extra that I showed them. I counted the 8 heads, and I mean, sometimes you can show them this, and the ones that will pay attention to that, you'll notice it in their art. But I mean, it's just, bonus points. And also, this hand, I didn't teach them this either, but this hand's supposed to reach mid-thigh right here. But basically, we have our head, which is a circle, neck, circle, this trapezoid that I taught them, another circle, circle here, and these are all the shapes that I taught them. And okay, and after this, what we ended up doing is a very quick exercise. I'll demonstrate it first. I went out to the front of the class and I struck a pose, and in this pose I gave them a certain amount of time. Believe it was just like a couple of minutes to go ahead and sketch down the pose as quick as they could, and then the next volunteer, I chose a volunteer, and that next volunteer would go up, and then I'd give them 2 minutes to draw that, and then we just kept doing that over and over and over until time ran out, because I really didn't have any lesson planned. But we got about 3 of those in, and the kids really enjoyed it. Some people, some of the kids were better than others. I cannot find any of the examples I kept. This was years ago, but I wish I could find them. If I do, I'll end up making another video. But yeah, we just, okay, I'll use you as an example. Okay, we're just gonna stand you up like that. Okay, see her? Okay, so she's doing this. And so what I would end up drawing is head, neck, and I see the torso, do that, the legs, standing straight up. It'll something like that, something real quick. And these aren't supposed to look the best. What you're really looking for, if you're grading these, I guess, you'd just be looking for how light are their lines, paying attention to if they got the anatomy for the most part right. This is also a good introduction into like basic anatomy. Third graders, they should know by then, shoulder, well, they're not gonna know bicep, but yeah, bicep, elbow, forearm, and hand. They'll you could teach them things like that, and this is a good way to teach them that. But yeah, they really enjoyed that. They did really well. The thing is I believe that people don't take elementary kids seriously as artists. I mean, yeah, you do see like 1 or 2 on the news, but the thing is that these kids, they can really do these advanced art lessons, but I don't believe anybody ever tries them for doing these. But like I said, this is something that I learned in college, and third graders were doing really, really well with it. And I believe like if kids are taught this at younger ages, and they would develop into much better artists. Because the thing is I had to learn anatomy on my own as long as it was in grade school, and not until I got to college. That's the only time I really had professional drawing lessons. But I mean, even at that point, I was what I would call a good artist. But the thing is just I believe like if I was taught this earlier, I would be a much better artist. And the thing is that, you know, people just don't teach this to kids because they don't believe that they can grasp it. But the thing is, I believe that they can, and I do have proof. I wish I could show you that proof. But yeah, they will do really good with it. Um, so I'm gonna end the video here. If you like the video, just leave a like. If not, you know, leave a dislike. But I'll probably be uploading some more. I know don't really have a regular uploading schedule, but I'm getting better at that. So thank you for watching the video.